इंट्रोडक्शन चल रहा है क्या? पीएलसी का इंट्रोडक्शन चल रहा है? हाँ? कहाँ गया अजय रेड्डी प्रभु? काय दर्शन नाही झालं तुमचं आज? हाँ? डायरेक्ट श्रृंगार दर्शन का? Start anyway we have. We're ready with the Madang and Kartal. गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया. किसी का तो अलार्म बज रहा है. गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ये दास न पे दीना. गुरुदेव कृपा गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ये दास न पे दीना. सकल सहने बल दिया करो निज मने स्पृहाहीन. बल दिया करो सकल सहने बल दिया करो निज मने स्पृहाहीन. सकले सन्मान करिते शकति देहोनाथ यथायथ. सकले सन्मान करिते शकति देहोनाथ यथायथ. तबे तो गाइबो हरि नाम सुखे अपराध विहत. गाइबो हरिनाम सुखे तबे तो गाइबो हरिनाम सुखे अपराध बेहत तबे न कृपा लभियाए जन यथार्थ होई बेनाथ कृपा लभियाए जन तबे न कृपा लभियाए जन कृतार्थ होई बेनाथ तबे न कृपा शक्ति बुद्धि नाभियाति दीना कर मोरे आत्मसात शक्ति बुद्धि नाभियाति दीना कर मोरे आत्मसात योग्यता विचारे चुनाई पाई तुम्हार करुणा सार विचारे चुनाई पाई योग्यता विचारे किछु नाही पाई तुम्हार करुणा सार करुणा ना होइले कांदिया कांदिया प्राण ना राखी बोहार होइले कांदिया कांदिया प्राण ना राखी करुणा ना होइले कांदिया कांदिया अननारा की गुहार करुणारा कांदिया कांदिया प्रणनारा की गुहार गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो यही दासे तुन पे कतिहिन फोन में है क्या one may ask ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं तं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नाम नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवादी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। So what is discussed till now in the preface? This is preface. Imam Vivaswate Yogam Uktavan. Okay, parampara is going on. One may ask that if Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, then why did he need a spiritual master? Of course, he did not need a spiritual master, but because he was playing the role of Acharya, one who teaches by example, he accepted a spiritual master. Even Krishna himself accepted a spiritual master, for that is the system, because that is a system. In this way, the Lord sets the example for men. We should not think, however, that the Lord takes the spiritual master because he is in want of the knowledge. He is simply stressing the importance of accepting the disciplic succession. The knowledge of that disciplic succession actually comes from the Lord Himself. And if the knowledge descends unbroken, it is perfect. Although we may not be in touch with the original personality who first imparted the knowledge, we may receive the same knowledge through this process of transmission. Huh? In Shrimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that Krishna, the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, transmitted transcendental knowledge into the heart of Brahma. This then is one way knowledge is received through the heart. Thus, there are two processes by which one may receive the knowledge. One depends directly upon the spiritual, one depends directly upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated as a super soul within the heart of all living entities, and the other depends upon the Guru or the spiritual master, who is an expansion of Krishna. Thus, Krishna transmits information both from within and from without. We simply have to receive it. If knowledge is received in this way, it doesn't matter whether it is in inconceivable or not. If the knowledge is received in this way, it doesn't matter whether it is inconceivable or not. Okay. So, which one you want to choose for getting the knowledge? There are two methods for getting the knowledge. What is that? Yes, Rajshekhar Prabhu. And yes. So, which one you get? Both. Second also started. If you are getting knowledge from within, you don't have to attend the class. You can tell the OC, I am getting the knowledge from within. I don't need the class. I attended the class. In the night, Krishna told me everything. Yes. You remember that incident when Bhakti Charu Maharaj or some who was asking Prabhupada, we are when we are hearing the sound from within, then how can we make that it is Krishna talking to us or our mind telling to us? Then what was Prabhupada answer? Huh? Sunny Prabhu, Krishna is talking to you within? Huh? You can tell him to give the answers of all the questions which will come in UPSC, MPSC exam sitting within. Then you will pass immediately. So what Prabhupada replied him? Replied or not replied? Have you heard the answer within or without? Prabhupada replied him. What he replied him? Hmm? Okay, what is the reply? If somebody asks you, Prabhupada is writing here in the book that Krishna will guide you within and spiritual master will guide you without. You are getting, na? Or not getting? So it's written here. Krishna will speak and give the knowledge to you. This is a two. There are two methods. Prabhupada writing. There are two methods. One is that you can understand on its own. Krishna is sitting in your heart. He will tell you everything, and then he quotes the verse also. Which one? He quotes the example. Which example he quotes? Kapil Prabhu. Which example he quotes? Huh? I told you the example without. He quotes the example of who got the knowledge in the heart. क्या हो रहा है फिर इतना क्यों टाइम लग रहा है प्रोसेसिंग के लिए 386 486 लग रहा है एकदम 286 yes got the knowledge from within who got the knowledge from within so what about us RVC yoga devotees are getting knowledge from within there's no need of getting knowledge from without by attending the class possible or no कुछ तो बोलो possible हाँ wow very good yes so that is hidden in the answer which Prabhupada gave. He said, don't worry for the internal knowledge which is Krishna sitting in your heart, getting from it now. Now you hear what is being told outside, and in the when you advanced in your advanced stages, Krishna may guide you. That is also not mandatory again. That Krishna has to guide you. So that's why knowledge getting within is the. So somebody says I am getting the knowledge within, then what will tell him? I am getting the knowledge I should eat 25 rasgullas today. From within my mind, the sound is coming from last 4 hours. So what you will do? You'll do it. So first of all, that no, sound will come from within after some time. Another one is even if you are hearing something from within, which is uh, which is not guaranteed that Krishna only is speaking. It's not guaranteed that something is you are hearing from inside that Krishna only is speaking. So your mind will be speaking, intelligence will be speaking, and the conditioned soul doesn't have the uh, power to discriminate between where the sound is coming from and in the conditioned stage what the sound of mind is coming. He said this is the sound of Krishna, यही बोल रहे हैं कृष्णा. तो इसलिए external spiritual master is required. There are some people in our organized मतलब in the our around us, I mean to say, sister concerns of ISKCON. So they say that there is no need of spiritual master. Prabhupada is our spiritual master, right? So then it becomes very difficult. Now, if somebody tells him why you are doing like this, Prabhupada told me, my guru is Prabhupada, right? So if his guru is Prabhupada, then who can correct him now? All are Prabhupada disciples, right? It becomes very difficult to tell them why you are doing something. So we cannot have somebody who is not around us as our spiritual master. That's why in due course of time, in Prabhupada will describe in the Rupa Shiksha and Sanatan Shiksha, he said, it's so somebody may say, I have a spiritual master, but he doesn't know me, I doesn't know spiritual master also. So there is the direct somebody around you who can play the role of a spiritual master. It's called as Siksha Guru, right? So he is spiritual master and he will describe us. So this is the line which comes. If somebody's spiritual master is so far away, that doesn't mean that he can say my spiritual master doesn't speak only to me. Now, first of all, the spiritual master has already spoken in many fashions. Another one is it's a duty of the spiritual master to keep a devotee uh, to guide the new person who has come to Krishna consciousness. And that's how he transmits the knowledge. Because parampara, like Krishna doesn't go to everybody and uh, told the knowledge. He sends a spiritual master in the similar fashion. When the spiritual master is there, if he has to teach his disciple, if he is not able to reach to the disciple, just like Krishna is not reaching to every living entity and teaching him. Prabhupada writes in Bhagavad Gita also. Arjuna was very fortunate. He learned the science of Krishna consciousness from कृष्णा. तो लोग बोलते हैं हमारे पास तो कृष्णा हमको बात नहीं करते तो हमारा कुछ अब हम कैसे समझेंगे, राइट? So Prabhupada writes also in this particular paragraph only the transmission is so transparent, clear, then only somebody is called as spiritual master. If he is mixing something bhesad in between when the word is getting from above the knowledge, then he disqualifies himself from the spiritual master. A bona fide spiritual master is the one who is not going to add anything what Krishna has spoken. Then only the line will continue. So that's why we have the line as such from Brahmaji directly to Srila Prabhupada and his disciples and all everything. But in that lines, there are some spiritual masters who are there. They are not taught to only one person. They're taught to many people. One spiritual master teaches to thousands of people. But then the line continues in a very specific fashion where the transmission is happening very transparently. Of course, I'm not saying this is the only line available in the creation. There are many, but there are many lines which have already disappeared also because of mixing the knowledge, mixing something from our own. So transparent via medium. It's like this glass is transparent. Of course, it's not so transparent, or either it's covered by something. That's why the transparency is not there. But you get the glasses of different transparencies nowadays, है ना? 50% दिखना चाहिए, 70% दिखना चाहिए, अंदर से बाहर का दिखना चाहिए मगर बाहर से अंदर वाला नहीं दिखना चाहिए। वो बहुत सारे उल्टे सीधे कॉम्बिनेशन आपको मिलते हैं। और एक पूरा ट्रांसपेरेंट, इतना ट्रांसपेरेंट होता है, इतना ट्रांसपेरेंट होता है कि कभी कभी धम करके जाके आप उसको धड़क, हाँ, तो क्योंकि आपको लगता ही नहीं कि इधर ग्लास है, तो उसको उसका ट्रांसपेरेंसी एक तो मतलब धो धो के चमकाया हुआ रहता है उसको, और दूसरा है कि वो ट्रांसपेरेंट भी रहता है। अभी कुछ कुछ ओपेक रहता है, आप उसको कितना भी धो वो ट्रांसपेरेंट नहीं बनने वाला। बट देर आर सम विच आर वेरी एक्सट्रीमली ट्रांसपेरेंट, तो आप क्या करते हो, तो जाके ठोक ठोक देते हैं, इतना ट्रांसपेरेंट होता है। इतना ट्रांसपेरेंसी चाहिए, अपना कुछ चाहिए ही नहीं, तब उसको स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर बोलते हैं, राइट? इफ ही कैनॉट ऐड एनीथिंग एंड he cannot subtract also anything, then it is considered an ideal spiritual master. So that's why हमारा काम है, हमारे भक्त लोग, मेरे को लगता है, अरे मेरे को लगता है कहाँ से, वो इधर उधर पूछ के देख के गुरु जी को पूछो ना। आपको लगने से फिर आपका वो ट्रांसपेरेंसी खत्म हो गया अभी, क्योंकि आपने क्या ऐड किया उसमें, क्या ऐड किया, मेरे को लगता है वाला। राइट, भगवान ने क्या बोला है वो बताओ ना। आपको लगता है बोलने के बाद भगवदगीता चालू हो जाती है आपकी, 700 के आगे वाला, है ना? सो लाइक दैट वी आर नॉट सपोज टू, प्रभुपाद बोलते थे कि आप हमको भगवान है, तो इसका कुछ लोग अभी मॉडर्न सिस्टम में ऐसे सोचते हैं, तो लोग बोलते हैं कि क्या हमारा दिमाग नहीं इस्तेमाल करना है क्या, उसको सड़ जाएगा वो बेचारा। दिमाग किस लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं, कुछ तो बनाने के लिए, नया बनाने के लिए। So if you are supposed to learn and then transmit, then what is the use of our intelligence? What is the use of our intelligence in this parampara system? Is there some use or no use? All Hare Krishna people should tie up their intelligence, hang it to the ceiling. Don't use the intelligence. Just hear what Guru is telling and speak it to others. So, is there any role of intelligence in the parampara system, or there is no role of intelligence in the parampara system? That application also need to be asked from the spiritual master. I don't think that if you understood the principle and then now you got a license to apply it, even in you are making any you are making any application directly, still has to be confirmed from the spiritual master, as far as I have understood. You have the freedom to, increase its application, but it is not that okay, now I'll apply only, खत्म हो गया अभी। There is no need of checking back whether this application is right or not. As such, this particular paragraph describes the significance of the spiritual master, but that you must have heard many times. Right, from positive thinker, we do that same thing. So I'm taking in a different fashion. If I have to hear and then I have to transmit as a transmission, right? Then is there any use of the intelligence? Something like what Prabhupada gives an example of transparent via medium of the knowledge in the normal life of the people. He gives a knowledge. He gives an example. हाँ, मैंगो ट्री क्या हो रहा है? प्रसाद को टाइम है थोड़ा। मैंगो ट्री का कहाँ ऐसे एग्जाम्पल आ गए? हाँ, क्या बोलो ना? हाँ, ओके ओके, शुक मुखाद अमृत द्रव संयुक्त, the fruit is handed over to the generations. Yes, yeah, but that's not the example. Postman's example he gives. So postman doesn't add anything into the chitti. Neither he subtract anything from the letter. He gives as it is. That example he gives. So if you take this example, does it mean that all the people who are trying to learn spiritual knowledge should hear from the spiritual master, keep the intelligence switch off, and transmit the knowledge? Does that mean like that? Does mean or doesn't mean? You have to say something. You yes or no or nothing. Huh? Uh, huh? Yes. So Prabhupada writes, huh? That is important. That's what is Prabhupada describes there. That yes, postman will not change the words, but he should know. He should not come at dead of the night, 12 o'clock. I brought your चिट्ठी. वो बड़ा डांट खाएगा पहले तो आदमी को. पोस्ट मास्टर अभी काय को आया तुम इसको तो अकल नहीं है कि तुमको देने वाला क्या बोलेगा अकल नहीं है क्या बोले अच्छा इतना इस टाइम है आने का. So even the delivery requires some intelligence. It's not that you just you can foolishly give the delivery. No, there is intelligence is required. Another one which Prabhupada writes. So we'll come to this point later on. First, whether this is there any role of intelligence? Yes, there is a role of intelligence. The intelligence will discriminate right and wrong, right and wrong, right and wrong. That is the function of the intelligence actually. So कुछ है क्या इधर? So the intelligence should be used by the devotee to understand how this knowledge is perfect. Prabhupada is saying, don't doubt that this intelligence is used. "Hmm, सच है कि झूठ है पता नहीं." No, no, that's also function of the intelligence. But then there is another function of the intelligence to understand how this is right. So devotee uses the intelligence. It's not that this parampara system that doesn't know do use the intelligence, but they use the intelligence to prove how that is right. Instead of arguing whether Bhagavad Gita is right and wrong or wrong, is of no use. Whether you say it wrong, whether you say right, that doesn't matter. Prabhupada writes, and whether you say that there is a next life or not, that doesn't matter. What you say, that doesn't matter. It is there. Right. In the similar fashion, there is no point in discussing whether Bhagavad Gita is right or wrong. There is no point in asking or arguing whether Hare Krishnas are right or wrong. That hell with you, whether it is right or wrong. That's your problem. Right? Prabhupada says, you go to the people and tell, I am okay, you are not okay. So this is our philosophy. We are not going to ask you whether we are right or wrong. We are right. You decide if you want to follow us or not. Otherwise, there is your problem. You don't want to follow us. We are not going to ask you, are we right, sir? Hell with you. We are not right or wrong. That is not that is your problem. That's not our problem. We are right. That's all. So the intelligence has two functions. Intelligence has a function of discriminations of something is proving right or wrong. So there's no point in proving whether Gita is right or wrong. There's only point is how Gita is right. That's also intelligence only. So every single spiritual master in the parampara is intelligent enough, and he proves that how the knowledge is perfect. He's not in the process of understanding whether the knowledge is right or wrong. He's foolish. He's not spiritual master. He's useless guy. See, the spiritual masters are so great that you come from any direction and ask them anything, they will say, "Nee, this is only right." Right? So that's what is the point is. Spiritual master is also very great, intelligent personality. Doesn't mean that I had to hear, and then that is tape recorder also does the same thing. Now after my class is over, आपको प्रश्न पूछा तो आप बोले क्या पता नहीं क्या डिस्कस किया मेरे को पता नहीं जूम को बोलो सब कुछ बता देगा आपको राइट. So it has heard more nicely than the audience, but it doesn't have the intelligence to discriminate. So every single person in the parampara is an extraordinarily intelligent personality, but they don't have the doubt on the knowledge is right or wrong. Rather, they have used their intelligence in proving how the knowledge is right, how the knowledge is perfect, how the knowledge is correct. Right. So this is one. That's why the disciple is the one who doesn't ask the one who asks the questions. It's not disqualifying disciple. Yes, he asks these questions, but he surrenders also. So the question asking is not objected. There are many organizations or many religions in the world. You can't ask any question. You can't go and doubt Christianity. They can't ask questions. काफिर बोल देंगे आपको फिर लेबल लगाए मानता नहीं शास्त्र को लगा दो इसको उड़ा दो. Of course, Christians are not so critic, but there are other people who are little more critical. As soon as you ask questions, doubt it. This has had that doubting Thomas. So one of the disciples always used to doubt. Whenever he used to present, so I don't think it is right. So Jesus has kept his name only, doubting Thomas. उसका नाम ही था डाउट लेना. So our doubt is to understand how it is right. उसका एग्जाम्पल देते हैं प्रभुपाद भगवद गीता में. बताओ एग्जाम्पल, कितना अच्छा एग्जाम्पल देते हैं. He's asking question with a surrender. Where it comes? Uh, when Krishna says that I gave this knowledge to Sun God in the beginning of this creation. Now you tell this to people, then Prabhupada says people will say, eh, how come you can give to Sun God? Bogus, right? But Arjuna is not saying like that. Arjuna is saying, how can I understand that you gave this knowledge to Sun God? And Prabhupada writes there, he said, this is disciple. He is not telling Krishna, क्या कुछ भी फेंक रहे हो तुम. मैं सुन रहा हूँ बोलिए कुछ भी फेंक रहे हो, राइट? नहीं नहीं नहीं, he is not saying like that. He is not saying that the knowledge is wrong. He is saying how can I understand this knowledge is right. This is discrimination, right? Wherever you are not able to understand something, so this is parampara. Parampara is not having the a doubt on the knowledge. Parampara is interested in understanding the knowledge with a proper logic. That is, and the second use of the intelligence. As soon as you see, tell the modern people that you need to hear and no change and transmit it. Right? There are Prabhupada in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, and afterwards in Prabhupada's Leela, you can see that people coming to Srila Prabhupada or to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, I have written something different than what our parampara has spoken. कचरे में डालो फेंको उधर जाके. Right? These were the replies of Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he uh, what is that name? Vallabhacharya. When Vallabhacharya told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I have written something different than Sridhar Swami, he said, you are a prostitute. It was so hard for him to digest Vallabhacharya, this whole criticism. बेचारा हिल गया. He couldn't digest that he can be given this kind of example. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told this, and Prabhupada had chastised people, because when Prabhupada went to America, at least before that and after that, little bit here and there, some people went there. And everybody has their own process. That transcendental meditation वाले को तो क्लास में बैठ के गाली देते हैं नाम लेके. Bogus guy. And he has produced something special. But the only problem is that it's not in parampara. So we cannot accept this. Use of intelligence has to be done for how to understand the knowledge which has been given in parampara. That is right one. And the second use of the intelligence, what is being described, is that then I need to I know the knowledge by coming into the parampara, by sincerely hearing and studying and all, we get the knowledge. But then this knowledge cannot be given as it is to the somebody who is sitting in front of. बोले लगा दो अभी. राइट, इफ द चाइल्ड कम्स देन इतना छोटा सा इंजेक्शन देते हैं डॉक्टर, फिर वो कोई बड़ा में आता है तो 2-3 ml का देते हैं. राइट, माई फादर वॉज डॉक्टर एंड यूज्ड टू सिट इन द dispensary for some time, very reluctantly but used to be there. So बड़े लगते रहते हैं. आप किसी जानवर का एग्जांपल दे दो, इतना बड़ा लगता है उसका सिरिंज. So this is like transmission of, you need to know the level of the person, understanding of the person, acumen of the person, attitude of the person, and then you transmit the knowledge. Then that is the intelligence comes into picture there. And Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, you speak like this, can we speak like that? He said, no. If I speak, that doesn't mean you also speak the same thing. He said, old man speaking, everybody will tolerate. Anything you speak, people will accept it because it's an elderly man. He has the right to speak. But he said, you cannot repeat it. They will shout on you. So like that, you need to know how to transmit the knowledge also. Giriraj Maharaj ka pustak देखो सवेरे गुरुदास प्रभु लेक्चर देते थे. देयर वाज वन साधु सम्मेलन, thousands of sadhus from all over the world has come. Prabhupada said, I am not going to speak, my disciples will speak. So morning Gurudas Prabhu used to speak, evening Giriraj Maharaj used to speak, and sometime evening Srila Prabhupada used to speak, but mostly Giriraj Maharaj used to speak. And then all Mayavadis, all kachada, all is everything is one, everything is one. And he gave the example. If everything is one, then why don't you send your wives to me to joy, enjoy? I and you are one. So what's the problem where your wife goes to me or you? That doesn't matter because everything is one. और although मायावादीज but cultured Indians were there. तो ये हजम नहीं हुआ उनको ये एग्जाम्पल. बोले क्या है साधु ऐसे गंदा बात कर रहा है. He directly spoke right in the standing in front of on the stage. He said, if everything is one, then why don't you send your wife for me to enjoy? He got उनका सटक गया उन लोग. बोले ये क्या है ना बेशरम है कैसे बोल रहा है. They went to Prabhupada, बोले इसको चेंज करो, ये नहीं चाहिए हमको. दूसरा कोई तो सोबर लेके आओ थोड़ा. उसको ढंग का बात करने का तो पता होना चाहिए कि किधर क्या बोलना चाहिए. Of course Prabhupada was, and then another time Gurudas Prabhu, same one, he was a dashing man. मतलब हर एक का अपना अपना नेचर रहता है. was dashing, everything is one, everything is one, then halwa and stool is one. वो उसके भी ऊपर भड़क गए वो लोग. बार 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 बार. Then why don't you eat halwa only? Eat goo also. eat, eat the stool also. He spoke like this. And he came to Prabhupada to complain. नया बच्चा है, उसको तो ज्यादा पता नहीं, माफ कर दो उसको, छोड़ दो छोड़ दो, माफ कर दो. उसके लिए भगाया उनको पहले. बाद में गुरुदास बोले बहुत अच्छा किया, बहुत अच्छा किया. ऐसे करना चाहिए इन लोगों को, दांत तोड़ देना चाहिए. वेदांतिस्ट, वेदांतिस्ट, बंगालीज, बंगालीज प्रोनाउंस वो एज ब, है ना. वेदांतिस्ट, वेदांतिस्ट. तो प्रॉपर वेदांतिस्ट मतलब दांत तोड़ना चाहिए. बे मतलब रिमूव करना है कि नहीं. मतलब शर्म वाला को शरम बोलते हैं, बे बे जिसको शर्म नहीं है उसको बेशरम बोलते हैं. समथिंग लाइक दैट, है ना. So like that. When you want to remove something from the system, you add bay there. है ना. So he said वेदांतिस्ट मीन्स इनके दांत तोड़ देना चाहिए. इसको वेदांतिस्ट बोलते हैं. हाँ, वेदांत, दांत नहीं है जिसको, वेदांत बोल के इनका दांत तोड़ देना चाहिए बोल बोल के. बड़ा अच्छा किया है. चलो उनको बोला जान माफ कर दो, गलती कर दिया, नया बच्चा है. उसको भगाने के बाद बोलते हाँ ऐसे ही करो. तो परंपरा knowledge is this one, need to use the intelligence. But then Gurudas Prabhu did not do that. He just spoke whatever comes to thumb thumb like that. So it will be, yeah, the transmission also requires some intelligence. A very beautiful purport Prabhupada writes in the second canto. What is realization means? Realization, the golden definition given is realization. किधर है वो, फर्स्ट कैंटो में है. हैं. हाँ आगे वर्स नंबर. हाँ या, you I'll search it and you can read tomorrow. The one line only is there. He said you have to uh, understand the subject matter very nicely and it present in such a way that it is the appreciated and understood by the audience in a appealing way, in an appealing way. Yes, like that. So that describes this realization means. So once somebody is realized, you can't say that I am realized whatever I know. I just the person is unqualified and still you are hitting on hard on him. Then that is not a part of parampara, right? Prabhupada was doing Harinam Sankirtan in the West. He came to India. Devotees were doing Harinam, and people were throwing coins. उनको लगा ये तमाशा वाले है अभी तो ऐसे ही करते रहते हैं 10 पैसे का 5 पैसे का कॉइन बोले प्रभुपाद बोले अरे वेस्टर्नर है ये लोग भिखारी नहीं है ये लोग इसे बंद कर दो हरिनाम हम लोग बड़े बड़े लोगों के घर पे जाएंगे वहां पे हरिनाम करेंगे लाइफ मेंबरशिप चालू किया क्योंकि when you see that people are taking you cheaply then it's your duty that it's a duty of a devotee that the outsider don't misunderstand or devalue you then he's going to do अपराध इसलिए डिवोटी को बहुत अच्छा रहना चाहिए स्वच्छ रहना चाहिए दूसरा देखता है क्या गंदा है वो और मन में सोचता है क्या गंदा है बोल के फिर वो अपराध हो जाता है उसका उसके लिए उसको भुगतना पड़ता है इसलिए वो अपराध ना करे इसलिए हमने अपना अच्छा रहना चाहिए ताकि वो उसके मन में गलत भावना नहीं आना चाहिए इसलिए वो ड्यूटी इतना केयरफुल रहता है तो whatever point to be understood is that the spiritual master gives the knowledge the disciples receives this knowledge and then he transmits the knowledge to the next generation in the process of transmission he use the intelligence by which how can he effectively more nicely uh, Bhagavad Gita, if it is as it is, as it is, you have to transmit the knowledge as it is. Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita in 700 verses. Did Prabhupada spoke 700 verses in America? आ जाओ अब कल चालू हो गया धृतराष्ट्र वाच चालू लेक्चर चालू 700 वर्ष हो गया प्ले जाओ you may say I transmitted the knowledge as it is what is the use of this transmission you need to if you need to use the intelligence how it will be understood to the people that's the whole point. So anyway, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes this, accept the spiritual master for setting the example. Okay, when you here, want to share something from your side? Huh? We have completed the paragraph, है ना? कि नहीं? Something is remaining. We simply have to receive it. If the knowledge is received in this way, it doesn't matter whether it is inconceivable or not. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.